Wow. Who saw that coming? Israel Adesanya takes another defeat, this time by the hands of the unheralded Sean Strickland. Sean Tarzan Strickland. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. I mean, he just outboxed him, bro. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Israel Adesanya, man. Man, he was tired after the first round. Sean Strickland looked like he didn't break a sweat throughout the whole fight. Israel Adesanya lost. Yeah, lost in a big way, man. He got dropped in the first round and everything. Holy shit, man. This guy, Sean Strickland. Let me get him on the screen, man. Let me get him on the screen. Holy shit, man. He had a really good style, man. His style is really, really fucking good, man. Izzy gonna have to get that rematch. But his style is really good. It may be a tricky style for Izzy to conquer, man. Adesanya got tired in this fight. I think that was the main thing that I noticed is that Izzy got tired. He got tired. He looked sloppy. He looked like shit. Israel Adesanya looked like shit tonight against a guy he really should have beat. This was a fight that he was a plus, what was it, minus 600 favorite? Minus 600? So this is a guy he was supposed to beat. And he went out there and man, not good, man. Not good. Not good at all, y'all. Bam! You know what I'm saying? Strickland has some good hands. He has some good hands. He's a strong dude. He wasn't I mean, he was a Terminator. Really? The best way out of it, if you didn't see the fight, I'm not gonna play no footage and shit. If you didn't see the fight, dude's a Terminator. Even more so than Pereira. Izzy struggled with this guy more than he did with Pereira. And Pereira knocked this guy out early with a flying knee. Knocked him out early with a flying knee, bro. Adesanya got upset tonight, man. Izzy got upset tonight. His face was swollen, beat up. Sean Strickland is the new middleweight champion of the world. I think this is the first time in a long time, probably since, I want to say since Rich Franklin. Rich Franklin. Now it's Sean Strickland. That's the last time we've seen an American middleweight champion in the UFC, I think. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Crazy, man. Izzy got his ass kicked tonight, man. I didn't see him thoroughly get, like, it wasn't like he got his ass thoroughly kicked, but dude, I mean, he was on the back foot the whole fight. He looked like he was just a struggling fighter. He looked like he was struggling more. Sean Strickland's shots had more effect. And Sean Strickland made Izzy miss more than anybody ever made Izzy miss. Izzy. There's a few things I want to say about the fight, and I ain't saying there's no excuses, but I'm just keeping it 1,000. Izzy probably needs to take a fucking break, right? He needs to take a break because he's way too active. He got like over 1 million fights, right? He got like 1 million fights across multiple sports. This dude needs to sit his ass down somewhere, or he's probably just fucking burnt the fuck out. He looked like shit tonight. He looked like absolute shit, and he looked like shit on them scales too. So he might need to move up, but he may not be strong enough to compete with those dudes at 205. Yep, kept that pressure on him. Basic fundamentals, bro. Kept the pressure on him. Had really good defense, really strong defense. Had a Philly shell like stance. and it was really, really unique. And Izzy couldn't do shit with it. He couldn't do shit with it, bro. Styles definitely makes fights terrible. Crazy, right? Izzy whooped everybody else in the division, but he struggled against this guy more than I ever seen him struggle. He didn't even struggle with Pereira in the first fight this bad. No, he never got comfortable, man. He never got comfortable. Sean didn't let him get comfortable. Sean fought a really good fight. I didn't see too much from him, if I'm honest, but a lot of pressure, a lot of really good pressure. That's it. And then I guess that won him the fight. And then, you know, Izzy's face was fucked up. I mean, he really was making Izzy work. He made Izzy work. Pulled off the fucking huge upset, man. If you bet on Strickland tonight, you won huge. You won absolute huge. This dude probably won a lot of dudes from West Virginia, a lot of fucking money. You know what I'm saying? This dude, he's a character, man. He's an interesting guy, I'll tell you that. He's an interesting guy. He can fight his ass off too. He beat my boy's ass tonight. I was surprised. I wasn't even really too interested in the fight, right? But I'm like, man, let me go ahead and check this shit out. You know, my boy Izzy fighting. Let me see what he got. I feel like he just fought like a month ago, but let me see what he's doing against this guy. He should whoop this dude. Let's see. It's supposed to be a showcase, and sure enough, Strickland put up a showcase tonight. Izzy looked really bad, man. I don't know if Izzy could beat him. I think stylistically, I just don't see. Maybe Izzy just wasn't. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it could have been. But what I saw was dude had a lot of pressure, and a dude that came to win. And I seen Izzy look like shit tonight. That's all. That's what I saw. Adesanya looked like absolute shit. Like his balance was off. He looked like he never got comfortable. He couldn't get nothing off. He couldn't do nothing. Like he couldn't set up no traps. He couldn't get his combos going. He couldn't do nothing tonight. This is Adesanya's worst performance of his career. Even worse than the Pereira loss. It looked like it was an off night, man. It looked like it was a really off night for Izzy, bro. Straight up. It looked like it was a really bad night. He got tired too. We don't see Adesanya get tired. I mean, this dude put more pressure on Izzy more than I've seen in anybody. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's a bad night for Izzy, man. I feel like Izzy beat a lot of better guys than Sean Strickland, though. Right? Like Paulo Costa, all those dudes. I feel like a lot of those dudes is a lot better than Strickland. But he caught Izzy on a bad night, man. You know, caught him on a bad night. And I think this is the first American middleweight champion since Rich Ace Franklin. And that was years ago. Yeah, man, it's American champ. Finally, right? Finally, right? Damn, Izzy. Hold up. Bad. Wow, that was in the first round. And you saw the way he threw the punch. He didn't recoil. It wasn't telegraphed. It just came from nothing. Yeah, that's tricky. That's tricky. That's tricky to deal with. Maybe Adesanya gets the rematch and gets the job done. I think he can. But the first impression was that this guy, yeah, man, his style is like kryptonite right now for Adesanya. His style looking like kryptonite as of right now, man. Maybe it was a bad night though. I'm looking at it like it was a bad night because he was tired after the first round. He was sweating and shit. He was tired. He just didn't look good. He really didn't look good. He didn't look sharp. He didn't look good tonight. I'm not saying there's an excuse. I'm just being real. He didn't look good tonight. And the right man did win. The right man won, man. Izzy was on the back foot too much. He didn't really just show dominance. You know, he came in there and kind of just took it from the champ. He came in there and literally took it from the champ. It's not like Strickland beat him from pillar to post. but he made Izzy miss a lot. He was blocking a lot of Adesanya's shots. He was pressuring him a lot, and his shots showed the more damage. His shots showed more damage. His shots seemed to have really affected Adesanya, man. Yeah, he underestimated him. Salute to you, Mr. 18, for the super chat. He underestimated him, bro. Izzy underestimated Sean Strickland tonight. He did. He definitely did. He definitely did. Izzy looked really bad tonight, man. I'm telling you. He looked like an old man. He looked really bad. He looked stiff. He looked really bad. And I'm just being real, man. Maybe Adesanya's burning out. Maybe he needs to take a break. I mean, like I said, I feel like I just saw him fight Pereira like not too long ago. It felt like it was just not too long ago. He fought the guy. And then he's fighting again, champion and shit. So I don't know, man. He probably needs to sit his ass down for a while. Sit down for a while, take some time off, and regroup because he got a lot of fights under his belt. You know what I'm saying? Not just 20-something MMA fights, but he got like 70-something kickboxing fights or 80-something kickboxing fights, some shit like that. Like 7 boxing fights. So yeah, this dude got a shit ton of fights under his belt. He's starting to get dropped and shit. You know, his reflexes he ain't looking as sharp. Maybe Izzy just starting to decline. You know what I'm saying? Either it was a bad night tonight or Izzy's on a decline. I can't just simply say Sean was the better man. He's the better man tonight. Maybe there needs to be a rematch, and then I need to see it again. Maybe Sean Strickland has his number. You know what I'm saying? Stylistically, Sean Strickland could just have Adesanya's number. But what I saw tonight, Izzy just didn't look. He didn't look good. He looked like shit. He looked like shit. And dude, he said Izzy looked like EJ. He did, man. He did. Izzy did look like EJ, man. He looked terrible, man. He looked real bad. But fortunately for him, he didn't get butchered like EJ did. EJ got butchered against Bud. Bud made him pay for coming up in there looking like that. Sean Strickland was just he was doing a lot of walking forward and shit, and his jab was really good. Honestly, I don't really know what else he did tonight. Maybe it was some quick little right hands I didn't see. But you said Dricus would have beat Izzy easy. Maybe he would have beat Izzy this easy. This Izzy we saw tonight? Hell yeah, shit. Izzy looked like shit tonight, bro. Yeah. This is probably this is the worst performance I ever seen of Israel Adesanya. The worst. Even in the Kevin Gastelum fight, he had more, and it was a war, but he had more. He was sharp, still sharp in that fight. He still was, But in this fight, hey, you said Sean looked juiced. I ain't lying. You ain't lying, little lamb. Hey, I swear I was thinking that, bro. I was watching it. I'm like, man, this dude, I ain't gonna put it out there in the universe, but it did cross my mind, little lamb. Watching the fight, I'm looking at this dude walk Adesanya down like the Terminator. I'm like, man, this dude walking up like he juice to the gills, like he just a machine, bro. That's what I said to myself, actually watching the fight. Like this dude's just walking Izzy down like he just on some shit. Like he just taking all Izzy shots, walking through. Now, mind you, he was blocking them kicks and shit, right? But if you ever been in the kickboxing, that shit still hurts. You still feel it. It's still a hell of an impact. He was walking that shit down like it was nothing, bro. We didn't even see Pereira, a kickboxing great, damn near, right? Pereira, one of the greatest kickboxers. He wasn't even walking Izzy down like that, bro. Yeah, Izzy was scared to get exchanged. But Sean, now I'm not familiar with Sean Strickland like that, to be honest with you. This is my first time really ever seeing him fight. I always heard about him. You know what I'm saying? My brother-in-law talk about him a lot and shit. But I never really seen him fight. I just knew he was a character and, whatever. So I don't know if he has power or anything like that. I don't know. I never seen this dude fight. but he did look like he had a pretty awkward style, a Philly shell style. And he looked really strong, man. For him to have that stance, that boxing like stance, he was able to really deflect kicks and do a lot of shit pretty good with that crazy ass style. You said, is he getting old? Yeah, man. I think they're getting old, bro. That could be another thing too, dog. Like straight up, like Izzy could legit be getting old, and he's young in age. 34 ain't old, but he got a lot of fucking fights. Izzy probably getting old, man. He's probably really starting to decline at 34. Because unlike Anderson, who has a lot of MMA fights for the most part, Izzy has a shit ton of fights in all these damn sports, and he fights often. He's a very active fighter. He needs to sit his ass down somewhere. Sit down. Sit down. He looked at stiff. He looked at sluggish. He looked at sloppy. He looked like he needs to sit down. That's what Izzy looked like tonight. He looked like he's one of my favorite fighters ever. He needs to sit down. He's too active. He's doing too much for the UFC and shit. He needs to sit his ass down. He fucked around and lost tonight. Yeah, Izzy on that Canelo time. Yeah, he is. He like Canelo, bro. Still young, but got a lot of fucking fights, man. A lot of mileage on him, man. A lot of training camps, a lot of sparring sessions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of road work, a lot of this, a lot of that. Yeah, man. That's what it looked like tonight. It looked like Izzy's. It looked like time is catching up to him. All the fights and everything might be catching up to him. I like to see a rematch though. I definitely like to see the rematch now. I think the rematch will do good now because people believe Sean actually won. So I think the rematch would be good. See if Izzy could beat him. I think Izzy can beat him. He's a smart fighter, but I do think I think he might be on a decline though. I think he might be on a decline, and that's just natural, man. When you got that many fights, and when you got a style like that too, yeah, man. Unless he adapts his style to like a John Jones. See, John Jones is a grappler, and he's a strong dude. So if all fails, John Jones can't do nothing. He'll just grab you like a bear and squeeze the fuck out of you and tap you out. But Izzy ain't got that kind of strength, so he will have to do something else. Maybe work on some boxing. His boxing looked like shit tonight. Izzy boxing looked like shit tonight. He couldn't get the jab off. He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do shit, man. He looked at stiff. A year of upsets, great for combat sports. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. A year of upsets. Hey, you said Izzy should. Yeah, Izzy looked at bad, man. He didn't take it to the next level. He really couldn't figure Strickland out. Strickland was just pressuring him like he was the Terminator, like he was just on some shit. And then he didn't get tired either. Strickland did not get tired at all. Like at all. At all. And it was they in Australia. So Izzy should be acclimated to that time zone over there. So how the fuck he get tired? He might, I don't know, man. I ain't looking for no excuses. I'm just like, what the fuck? You look bad tonight, bro. You got your ass kicked. You lost your belt. You know what I'm saying? Against the guy you were supposed to beat. That's what happens sometimes. Now, if he goes in there and loses a rematch, then yeah, I believe he's going to get a rematch. I think he deserves one. One last run for Izzy. One last run for Izzy, man. Because I think he's starting to decline. He's starting to decline a little bit. It's either that or he's gonna have to start training. He's gonna have to up his training. Move around. You know what I'm saying? Move around or something. I don't know. But I think he might just he made a lot of money and shit. Izzy could just chill out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop kicking and shit. I know his legs hurting. You know what I'm saying? I know his legs hurt like a motherfucker. Yeah, he's on the decline, bro. I noticed that tonight. I think Izzy's on the decline. I think a lot of the hardcore MMA guys, if you go surf their community, I think a lot of those guys probably go to say the same. Is Adesanya on the decline? Yeah, it looked like it, man. It did look like it tonight. He looked slower. You know what I'm saying? We go see. Yeah, Shakur Stevenson's not gonna get no fights. He ain't getting no fights this year. He's not food enough. You got to be food. You got to be. He don't look like food at all. He's damn looking like an apex out here. You gotta look like a food. You gotta look like food to get fights, man. If you ain't looking like food, you ain't getting no fight. That's how boxing works. But yeah, man. I don't want this stream to be too long. Israel Adesanya lost tonight, man. He lost his belt against Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland put up a hell of a performance of a lifetime. He brought the belt back to America. You know what I'm saying? Sean Strickland brought the belt back to America, man. I think he's if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, like I said, I think he's the first American champion since Rich Frank Lind. So yeah, Frank Lind. So yeah, I don't know, man. I like to see the rematch. I think we go get one. Sean Strickland is an interesting guy, funny guy, man. Really, really funny guy, interesting guy. So yeah, we go see, man. We go see what happens with Izzy. Izzy got beat up, swelling up, beat up bad tonight, man. We've seen the ups and downs for Adesanya, man. We see a lot of ups and downs for him. A lot more so than John Jones too. But I think Izzy's might be on the decline, man. A lot of fights, man. Too many fights. He needs to sit his ass down somewhere. But we're gonna see what happens with this last time better, man. Still one of my favorite fighters. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the game, man. You know. We're gonna see what happens. Wait, let's see. Mr. T, salute to you for the super chat. He says, look how everyone thought Spence was gonna break Bud. Big upset for boxing community. People still can't believe it to this day. Yeah, absolutely, man. You said Shakur asking for too much for everybody. Hold up, man. What is he asking for? Man, come on, man. See, dudes, I already did a video on it and I'm about to upload it and shit. Right? But I mean, come on, bro. This ain't even supposed to be about boxing. But Frank Martin got $75K for Michelle Rivera, dog. And y'all know I rock with Frank heavy, bro. But you mean tell me you turned down $1 million payday, and your payday, your fight before last was only $1 million, bro? Are you serious, dog? You just didn't want the fight, bro. Fans are still trying to find a way to make it look like it's Shakur's fault. Just like they tried to make it look like it was Bud's fault. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.